Shalom to everybody. Good to see everybody in there. Let me see. All right, shalom. You're watching Spiritual Combat. And as you can tell by the title, Frontline Soldier. And when we say frontline soldier, we're talking about on a spiritual level. Okay. Let me see how this audio is. So on YouTube, it looks like the audio is a little choppy. Like I said, I'm messing with this new program. The program was good, but it's acting up on the one aspect. I think that has something to do with YouTube. Let me check it over here though. Hold on one sec, y'all. Okay, so it's good over there. Something to do with YouTube, I guess. But anyway, we're on Facebook also and BitTuber. So we live all over the place, so we fine. Let me see if I can, or let me make sure it's up and going on Facebook. But yeah, excuse me. What we're talking about today, if I could get this thing totally up and going, is just what it means to be a frontline soldier. And I have some good notes here. Some of the stuff came to me early this morning when I woke up. So I'm just checking on something. So, all right. But yeah, wow, nothing wants to work. This is amazing. There we go. All right, now I got it. Let me see how the audio is over here. Test. Alright. So the audio here is fine, I guess. For those of y'all over there, shalom to everybody who's come in there. Shalom to Brother Cedric, William Bell, shalom to you. Mika G, shalom. Ray Dalton, shalom. Brother Ray. Rich Lucas, shalom to you. Good to see you in there. Shaya Israel, shalom. Okay? Shalom. Good to see y'all in there. All right, so I'm gonna get my notes up. Hey, and y'all just let me know, because when I pulled it up here on YouTube, it was skipping. Okay, it was very skippy. The audio was choppy, but it's not anywhere else, so it has to be some issue with YouTube itself. And that's just because I'm using this new program. Okay, so shalom, Mr. Fakar. The audio is kind of choppy. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll get it figured out. Yeah, I'll have to get that figured out. But okay. But anyway, moving forward, what I might do is, worst case scenario, I'll download this from my Facebook and just upload it right back up to YouTube. But yeah, what we're talking about today is being a frontline soldier, and what that means. Okay, because something I've noticed, man, it's just the distractions. If you don't fall for the obvious ones, the ones that you're hip to, you're going to get the real smooth ones thrown at you. And not on purpose, I understand, because I appreciate the brother sending me what he sent me. There's a project I'm working on to kind of do my best part to dispel, who the Hebrews are. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of bad information out there about the Hebrew Israelite movement, founded on just what people think. So I appreciate the brother sending me that 911 Ministries video. That is going to be, I'm going to take snippets from that and put it in the little project that I'm slowly working on. But the fact is, man, we have to stay frontline soldiers. And I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to see where y'all are at. I'm going to get y'all involved. Where is the battlefield, y'all? Where are we fighting? And I'm going to wait. I'm watching. I'm going to go over here and check on Facebook, too, to see who puts the right answer in there. Where is this battle fought at? Where are we fighting? Where is the front line of this battle? And let me see who responds first. All right? And see who gets the answer. So where's the battle? Where's the front line of this battle? Sister Juanita said, in the mind, in our mind. That's good. That's good. In the mind. Everywhere spiritual mainly. Exactly. It's a spiritual, mental battle. And it's, I'm gonna be honest, and Elder Rufus was teasing me. He's like, yeah. He's like, you thought you was spiritual combat. He's like, you spiritual combat now, ain't you? And I'm like, heck yeah. It's like, when I'm talking about the spiritual battle is in our mind. That's where we're fighting at. That's where this war is being engaged. Man, I really realize it. Like, even at work, it's like I'm beginning to see stuff. I'm watching Satan just grab people and throw them at me, use them against me, like supervision. Like I told y'all last week, my supervisor, in an unprecedented move in my workplace, forced everybody to come in on Saturday, even though we could have worked our overtime on Friday. He's like, no, you're going to take your Friday off. You're coming in Saturday. It's like, okay, so now you're going to break up my weekend? And it's like, you couldn't make it up. And guess what? All the work was on Friday. Like, all the heavy lifting, all the heavy work was on. Can't make it up. It's literally like the Matrix. Like, that agent jumps in people's like, and then it'll try to jump in your own head. This spiritual battle is talking to Brother Gideon. It's called asymmetric warfare. That's what we fight in the military. Asymmetric warfare. That means from everywhere. The attack could come from under you, from around you. Well, and Gideon, Brother Gideon, if you don't know, Brother Gideon, he's been in actual warfare. He's been shot before. He's fought. He combat veteran. Okay, and he said that don't got nothing on this spiritual thing. It's one thing when your enemy's there and you see him, you hear him. You might not see him, but you can hunt him. You can figure out where he's at. The spiritual warfare is true asymmetric war. The attack could come from above, from below, from around you, from in you. the very soldier by your side could turn into the attack. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that, and the reason why I titled this Frontline Soldier is because, especially in this dead season, you have to stay engaged. You got to and when I say stay engaged, this is the time to not get all caught up in doctrine, on who's Esau, on all this deep historical stuff, on this, on that, on the other. You got to stay on the spiritual aspect. And I'm going to go into what that spiritual aspect is. Brother Hakeem, post the, on that Ephesians 6:12, post the text in there too so I can read it. Appreciate you. You have to stay, when I say stay engaged, I mean stay engaged on the spiritual aspect. On the aspect of the Bible that has your spiritual eyes, ears, and senses and radars on high alert, not the historical. I mean, I'm not saying it's a sin to study the historical. I'm not saying it's a sin to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a sin to study your history. Yeah, I'm all with it. But I'm telling you, man, 70-80% of your time, you got to be grounded in the spiritual. I see stuff bombarding my mind, stuff I ain't thought of in years. It's like this. I'm like, whoa. I was like, man, I must really be banging in on Satan's kingdom, because he throwing thoughts at me from years ago, temptations from years ago, and I'm just sitting there casting them down. Boom. Throwing them down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you got to stay engaged. And I'm going to talk about how I'm doing that. What I'm doing. Because I'm going to tell you, because what he's going to do, he's going to get other people and send them to you. And you, again, what does that scripture say? We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay? So that gotta be, if you grounded in the spirituals, all you studying the spiritual stuff, when that attack comes, you ain't gonna get caught up in the people. You gonna know it's spiritual. You feel me? Whether it's in your head, whatever, and then you're gonna be able to cast down and bring into captivity any thought that exalts itself above Yah's word. So if it's contrary to what the book say, you're gonna know what to do with it. Now, y'all, I'm gonna hit y'all with some. I was watching this self-defense guy, and he put out something that's he put out some good information on fear, on the fear response and being fearful. You're going to get scared. Stuff's going to scare you, startle you, but fear paralyzes you. But let's talk about fear. How do you overcome fear? You get fearful when you don't know what you're going to do. But if you have if you have a plan, you're not going to be fearful. So for instance, if a big dude is banging on your door outside the front door, or say somebody approaches you in the parking lot at night, you're going to have a fear response, okay? But if somebody approaches you in the parking lot, but you've been training with Michael Israel and that spirit system where instead of getting fearful, you go, okay, here comes a threat. Immediately, you put your keys in your hand in a way that's weaponized. That 38 in your purse, you got it drawn down on him. Okay? You've been trained that if he comes inside this 10-foot radius, you tell him to back up. If he don't back up, you engage him with them bullets. You're too busy carrying out what you've been trained to do to even get scared. You see what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So like, fear is when you don't have anything to do. You don't have a battle plan, I guess. But now when you have something to do, you don't get fearful. Bring me to this sister, man, that I talked to. She called me in tears. She had seen one of my videos. This is a while back. She called me in tears, and in her, she had seen one of my videos, and what happened, her husband was in jail, and he was sick, and they were jerking him around, and it wasn't looking good, and she was at home. She was a stay-at-home wife or whatever it is, and she was just feeling hopeless kind of, and just sitting there and feeling down, depression, spirit of heaviness, all this stuff. And she called me, and I was like, she told me the whole situation. I said, what you need to do is, what you're doing, you're playing this stuff, you're sitting there and you're playing the same stuff through your head over and over and over and over again, and it's a downward spiral. I said, she was like, well, I can't afford the lawyer, I can't do this, he's that, this, that, the other. Okay. I was like, what you can do is, you ain't got no kids at home, you just sitting up in the house. I was like, what you can do is get a job. What you can do is get online, start studying about his case. And you could do this, that, and other. I told her what she could do. She called, basically showing her how to fight and overcome that fear response. Called me back a couple months later. She had got a job doing security because she had experience there. She had favor on her, so they promoted her up in the security job where she was making a lot more money. And then she studied this case. Fast forward, I think she ended up getting them out, but I'm not sure if she ended up getting them out. But the long part of the story is, she ended up not feeling that spirit of heaviness. She was doing something. She wasn't sitting there letting the situation dominate her. So it's about action. That's why I'm always saying, man, it's about that action, boss. I don't like talking. I'm about that action. This, that, and the other. All right, he posted a scripture. It's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. It says, for we wrestle not. And if you remember, I was watching this, somebody else was talking about this. It says wrestle. It doesn't say fight. Wrestling and fighting are different. Wrestling is a lot more exhausting, engaging. It takes a lot more to wrestle with something than to just fight. It's a lot more draining on energy. But it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers. So it's a spiritual wrestling. So understand, this is a really engaged, intense fight, this spiritual warfare. So that's why you got to stay engaged. You know what I'm saying? Stay getting your mind in the right area. All right? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see what y'all over here. All right. So, okay, put it there too. Okay. So let me check my some of my other talking points. All right. So check this out, y'all. And we talk about trench warfare, all aspects. So one of the things, a good analogy, because check this out. Until, like, I heard when I went up to the Sukkot at Straitway, they're like, yeah, this dead season towards the end when I was leaving. Hey, shalom, Brother Wilson, Brother Tone. When I was going into the dead season, when we were leaving the Sukkot, it was like, yeah, the dead season, and the weeks after the Sukkot, they were talking about, the dead season, this, that, and the other. Y'all say shalom to Sister Koya in there. And she got y'all's shirts on the way. She been in there working on them. All right. But when I was talking about, they were talking about the Dead Sea, and I really didn't know what it was. I kind of knew. And then Teacher Shane did a message on it. And then I did my research on it. And then I began seeing it, experiencing it. And then thinking back, ever since I came into this truth, leave him alone, man. Madison. Yeah, go back over there. Go. But yeah, so coming back into it, I remembered going through all types of crazy drama for years, even before I ever came in this truth, like being in the Middle East during so-called Christmas time and all that, and just all the craziness going on, man. And I'm telling you, like this one here, as I'm moving through this dead season, but I'm staying engaged and I'm getting stronger going through it. And Koya will tell you, attacks have come on me, on her, on us, on people around us. We're watching it, but we're also staying engaged. If we make a mistake, we're trying to fix it. We're getting, because it's easy to get caught up. And even for me, and me being down here, Straitway, Florida, being over this, it's easy for me to get caught up in wrestling with flesh and blood, not looking at the spiritual aspect behind stuff and everything going on. It's easy, man. Look, if we didn't have Yah's word, there's no way we would be able to deal with this stuff. It would overtake us. It would overtake us. Look around you. You see people getting taken out left and right, in different ways, So, all right. But yeah, so to me, moving through this dead season as a frontline soldier is like Saving Private Ryan type stuff, man. You just gotta really, you gotta really be soldiered up. Okay? You gotta really be soldiered up. What I mean soldiered up? Here, I'll show you what I got on TV right now. Like, I had to say a prayer about that. About just keeping, we like to, when we're eating or we're just chilling, we like to have the TV on. But now we keep it like, we got some worship music on from Straitway. Some old, but we literally, now we'll watch a movie, but we literally try to stay engaged, man. And it's like, watching these videos isn't as so-called entertaining as this, as a movie, but you literally, I had to pray for spiritual power to have a bigger appetite for this than for movies, okay? That's what I had to do. Pray for my family. Like I said, Koya, they got their little thing she does with the girls. They watch Sister to Sister on Thursday nights together. That's their thing, But we literally are making, one of the front line battle areas is media. That's one of the front line areas. I'm going to tell you another area that this just hit me, that a lot of people don't know about. Is Madison, don't make noise with those no more. Okay? So another area frontline area that people are unaware of is definitely staying busy. Yeah, actually having something to do, not you know, shaking, moving, working, doing your thing, having things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Us, we got plenty. That's not an issue, but I've seen people who there was a point in my life where I realized that's where the issue was I was just sitting there alone with my thoughts, cycling. I was studying stuff, but you only study so long, then you got to put stuff into action. So that's another big area. That's why we encourage the brothers and sisters on that, forsake not the assembling. Don't forsake that. Y'all need to fellowship, man. Y'all need to get engaged. Y'all need to, for instance, we having our Shabbat here in Jacksonville, Florida this weekend. If you're interested, reach out. We got, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a good turnout. It's definitely going to grow. But yeah, getting engaged. This is what I'm learning. This is that time for you to really grow spiritually. And when I say grow spiritually, I'm not just saying that in some vague ambiguity type of way. When I talk about growing spiritually, like I'm becoming aware of huge things in me that I gotta begin to engage and deal with, man. And I'm, like I said, I'm praying about it. And it's gonna get shown to you in the dead season. You know what I'm saying? And when you deal, and I'm gonna tell you how you get deceived is you get caught up in other things to where you won't have time to do your spiritual work. All right, go ahead, Brother Allen. Yeah, if any of y'all got questions, this is a laid back video. If any of y'all got questions, just put them in there. Just make sure you put a question mark under it. Otherwise, I'm gonna just overlook it. If I don't see a question mark, I'm not going to see it. I'm going to just see it as a comment in there. Okay? So that's cool. That's cool, Brother Allen. Keenan Allen. But yeah, so you got to stay engaged. How am I staying engaged? I've been studying spiritual stuff. I've been studying deliverance stuff. I've been studying prayers. Just prayers on overcoming things. Listening to them. Listening to messages about spiritual growth. See, because I'm going to tell you, you get your mind right. That's why I be like, get your mind right. All that other stuff falls in place so easily. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, you're able to work hand in hand like this with your brothers and sisters. Not like this. It's like that, you know? So all that stuff, it comes in, man. And you'll be able to be effective. Because if you look, man, especially you look at us as a people, man. Look, check this out. Y'all see you see the writing on the wall. You see what's going on with the like I was talking to people at my job. The Democrats, they're pushing one thing with this marriage and all this stuff like that, and then and no weapons and all this stuff, and trust me, with this gay for marriage thing and the gay for lifestyle and weapons are evil thing, they will die for that. They are passionate about that. And then you go over to the other extreme where you have the Republicans. They're about weapons, self-defense, and they're about traditional marriage, biblical marriage, which, hey, I'm with that. but they will die about that. And they see those other, and dude, you think this thing is going to begin to get quelled and calmed down, man? Neither one of these people are budging. They're choosing sides. And every election season, it gets more and more polarized till it's eventually going to turn into a civil war. And it's like, if you can't see that writing on the wall, if you don't see China growing and becoming a juggernaut, you don't see Russia growing and becoming a juggernaut that's going to be able to rival our military. Factor that where people are like, oh, well, we got 13 or 14 aircraft carriers. China only got 2. Like, China's military is this size, ours is that size. But what you're not factoring in is the civil unrest in this country. That's accelerating the corrosion of this nation. And China, dude, look, for them to get something done, that Xi Jinping or whatever his name is up there who control China, he says, do this. Boom, the next day, that junk getting done. Over here, it's a fight, CNN and Fox News, and everybody's talking about it, and at the end of the day, nothing get done. They can't even build a wall and all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? If China wanted them to build a wall, it'd be done the next week. All this stuff is accelerating the inevitable. I said all that to say, we are up here, and I wrote this down, man. We are up here, and we you see our people in particular, Israel. You know, while all this stuff, while the writings on the wall that there's getting ready, like I went to the gun store on Monday with one of my ops, showing them some weapons, and you know, we like going there. It's fun going to the gun store. But we were just going there, getting stuff together, getting prepared, preparing the brethren, getting Straitway, Florida in order. You know what they were doing out there in Denver? Walking, holding arms, singing, we shall overcome. In the meantime, they over there in Virginia ready to wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? Ready for it to go down. Okay? And same thing down here. Straitway, Florida, man. We getting structure. We getting order. We getting in line. I'm getting these saints down here prepared. We're moving. We're doing what we need to do. It said, come out from among them. Be ye separate. Get in order. And we're moving in that direction instead of people going to work and making Master Charlie a priority and submitting to a boss and yes, a boss. And if you want me to do that, I do that too, sir. No, now we are coming together here, and that's a priority. We're submitting to a leadership so that we can have our best interests in mind. You know what I'm saying? We're making that a priority. That's the mindset. Structure and order over feelings. Just like you do at work, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're about. Because check this out, man. I had an interesting conversation with a guy at my job. And I didn't know this. And like I said, I'm going to look into this more. Because he said something. He was telling me how, and this is a brother, he walked up on some of these redneck dudes, okay? And they were like, yeah, man. He's like, I can't wait to shoot me some zombies when this thing go down. And he said later on, one of them dudes, came and told me, like, hey, you know what he means when he says shoot zombies. You know what he means, right? He's like, no, what? Zombies, I guess. A zombie apocalypse? No. Y'all. Black folks. That's what they mean. That's what that thing mean on them guns. Zombie killer. That's their code name in some of these white supremacist organizations. So I'm just telling you that to say this. Because this is what people don't understand. Now, I'm going to look into that to make sure, you know. But I do know this. If civil unrest ever happens, and if you do a little bit of research, you'll find this. These militias already got plans to take over regions and towns and cities and counties in this nation. You know what I'm saying? The militias are going to go door to door. They're going to take over everything. They're going to run it. And when I say militias, like these is organized, common unity with one accord folks. Understand that. That's why it says, come out from among them. Be ye separate. That's not on Saturday, on the Shabbat. He means a lifestyle of this thing. So, and I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I just see the writing on the wall, brothers and sisters. I see it. I see the writing on the wall. And I'm being a wise man, frontline soldier. That first step is getting your mind right so you're able to see it too. And you're able to work with your brothers and sisters and serve them better than your oppressor. You're able to be subject to your leadership who has your best interests in mind and give them your best. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to do that with some evil person at your job, it should be no problem here. And that's what it's about. All right, brother, let me read your question. He asks, my question is, how do you explain to your employers that you have to keep the feast days and the Sabbath? Most of the time, the employer will have something in place to accommodate that. You know, my supervisor hates it. You know, but we have something in place. As soon as I get Koya off the job, which Most High willing will be very soon, okay? I'm gonna get greatly freed up to where it's not a battle for me to be off. It'll just be that way, you know what I'm saying? But I get it off, you know, and it's of great inconvenience. It puts me in a bad position financially until I get these houses, until I sell this house. You know, it's tough, but hey, it's a good tough. You know what I'm saying? We get by. Brothers help us out. Like when we need something, people are there. It's good, you know, and we ain't missing meals, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is because, and we're not just doing this for no reason. There's practical, beneficial reasons to be at the Shabbat, to get to know the saints, to get to know people because, hey, we're trying to do something where, hey, I got to trust you with all things. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, understand, you know, and you need a day to rest. You know, you need a day off to get your mind right, to get your spirit right. And people out here going crazy, killing people and killing themselves because they get demonically possessed. Hey, listen, there was a mass shooting yesterday or the day before yesterday. 7 shot, 2 killed, I think. And a couple days before that, there was a mass stabbing. I guess they're going to ban knives. You know, you're going to have to cut your steak with a fork here soon. You know, they're going to ban that soon. So, yeah. But this is what I tell people about getting the Shabbat off and fellowshipping with the saints and stuff. If I told you I was going to pay you $1 million to get the Shabbat off, everybody'd have it off. But that's because they serve mammon more than the Most High Yah. So, again, priority. Because, hey, if we had everybody making Israel a priority, we'd have a nation tomorrow. Okay? So it's priority. We got to understand that. Somebody said, I usually explain that I cannot work on a Saturday in interviews, but I do not know how to explain the feast days. I am in the maintenance field, and majority of the companies I interview at requires it. Hey, keep interviewing till you find one that don't. You know what I'm saying? Or open your own business. You see what I'm saying? Because look, it don't take long to get to know brothers and sisters. And I'm going to be honest, like, for instance, Straitway, Florida. After the Shabbat lesson, we open some time up for praying, deliverance, counseling, and all that. So all of us brothers come together, the ones who choose to, we come together in a room, and we vulnerable. We're open books. And that accelerates knowing your brother. Now, other people don't, and you really don't know them. You really don't know what's going on with them. They just kind of come there and smile, hey, hi, and hey, shalom. And stuff, your relationship with those people just creeps along. But the brothers that I am in deliverance and prayer and counseling with, that they come in there with me, man, they immediately become closer than family with you. And you can build with them. Then you can you can trust them around your kids, with money, with economics and all that. And you can accelerate the building process real fast. And on top of that, it helps in growth. And that stuff happens on the Shabbat. That's why he says, forsake not the assembling. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. That is more valuable. Those connections are more valuable than money. Having family, true family, biblical family. You understand? Put a 100 up in there if you understand what I'm talking about. And I know Koya can confirm what I just said. All right? All right, so I usually explain. Okay, so yeah. Spiritual combat. My question is, how do you explain to your employer that you have to keep the Sabbath and the feast days? Go, hey boss, my religion, I'm not to work on Saturday. And he'll be like, get a new job. Be like, okay, I'll start looking. That's how you explain it to him. Okay? That's how you do it. That's what I'm saying. That's not complicated. And again, if I said, hey, I'll give you $1 billion if you get the Shabbat off, you would find a job that you could get the Shabbat off. It's just a lot of people, they're in career, they prioritize some career that Babylon has brainwashed you that your career is so important. Or, oh, well, I'm making this amount of money is so important in career and this. And career don't mean nothing. It means nothing. If career meant anything, our people wouldn't be in the predicament that they're in right now. Y'all put a 100 up in there. You, brother Keenan Allen, if you understand what I'm saying, put a if you understand what I'm saying, put a 100 up in there. Yah over everything. Yah over your family. Yah before your wife. Yah before your kids. Yah before everything. Because if you die tomorrow, you're going to tell him, well, I'm in the maintenance field and it requires a lot of shift work. Whoa! You see what I'm saying? It's radical, but it's practical. If you lose your mind tomorrow, are you going to be able to even do shift work? He could let some spirit come on you and you just lose you go batshit crazy in your mind and it's a wrap. You feel me? So let me, it's not a game. That's what I'm saying. Straitway, Florida, we are serious minded. We're not playing around. Okay? And I understand everybody don't just get this immediately. It takes growth. I understand. I'm having to learn that. Because I know, and Koya will tell you, I can be very demanding. And I'm learning long patience and long suffering too. Because I could be demanding, because I'm very demanding on myself. You know what I'm saying? But I also, I forget what the word is, but I'm also, I can see stuff and I get stuff popping, man. Like when I see something coming, man, it's like Corey knows, these kids know I'm demanding. I am, but I'm gonna tell you where you wouldn't want to be. You wouldn't want to be in here and hear how demanding I am on myself. I don't play, man. I'm not playing. Proactive. That's good. That's a good word. I need to do a show titled Being Proactive. I'm hyperactive. All right. Let me see if there's any questions on Facebook. Yeah, I'll keep the questions coming. That's cool. But let me see what we got over here. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. Oh, I got just a bunch of thumbs up. They're receiving it good over there, so that's good. So let me move forward. Okay, so let me say this again. I've been saying this a lot. Okay. Okay. Let me say this. Okay. And again, this ain't, when I say come together with like-minded people, I ain't say come together with black people and exclude white people. No. I don't care if you black, white, green, purple, orange, with a daggone rock growing out the top of your head. If your mind's right, I'm dealing with you. If you messy, I'm not having nothing to do with you. I don't care if you look like my clone. You're like, but Mike, I'm your identical long lost twin. If you crazy, get to stepping. Leave. I'm not dealing with you. You see what I'm saying? So it's about having that like mind. Now, and I understand the book. There's a bloodline seed of Yasharel that is coming together. They're waking up and they are going to be established. I understand that. But it's like-minded people. Because a lot of our folks just ain't going to make it. Because we got us as a nation. And when I say as a nation, I'm talking to my black folks. As a nation, we are the most rock-headed, hard-headed, stubborn people on another level. Like, we're pridefully stubborn. We so stubborn that you could punish us and we will write a hit rap song about it. And it will sell worldwide. That's what hip-hop culture we glory in our shame. Yeah. And it makes money. And the world was like, wow, they be rocking to it. Real talk. So understand what you deal with. That's why I am so demanding. I'm not, and I'm working on it. I'm toning it back. I'm using wisdom and long suffering, But I know where the mark is. I know what the destination is. Okay? And I know why we need to get to that destination, because where we're at right now, we in ground zero zone. We gotta get the hell up out of there. Folks, our people and people in general, they're in debt, they're in bad economic conditions, they're in bad spiritual conditions, their families are messed up and out of order, and worse. And this is the number one thing, and this is across the board with all races and nations across the board, this is all jacked up. Because regardless of money, career, social status, economic status, anything, folks is killing themselves. You got people that's well off, got everything to do, just pick up a gun, go kill folks for no damn, because it's cloudy outside. It's an all-out demonic assault because the conditions have been met in this society, in this wicked-ass Babylonian culture and society. The conditions have been met for widespread demonic possession through the media, through society, you name it. Y'all put a 100 up in here if you understand where I'm coming from and you understand the need to get it together. Y'all okay? You okay, Sam? Huh? So yeah, put a 100 up in there if you understand. Put a thumbs up, hit the like if you understand that I don't know what the word is, the urgency to begin to stop studying the book and begin doing the book. Walk the thing out. Get things in order. Get your mind in order. Get your house in order. Get this nation in order. That's how we moving. Koya, no? Koya about that life. I see, shalom, y'all. I see Sister Chrissy in there. Brother Cedric in there. He know. He know what's up. Brother Joseph. He know. It's time to get it together. We don't got... And when you show... Because for years... and a lot of these Hebrews out there, they think getting their house in order is them lording over and being this domineering thing. No. It tells you to wash your family with the book, and the book will get them right. You show them what's in the book. You show your wife or whoever what's coming, what's right around the corner, what's getting ready to happen. And they're not stupid. They get it. You see what I'm saying? You show them what's in them. It's real talk, man. Frontline soldiers up in this thing. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. I see. I understand. Man, I'm glad y'all get it, man. I'm glad y'all receiving this thing. Gideon! Brother Gideon! Hebrew soldier. Shalom, Brother Gideon. Good to see you in there. Yeah, man. So we making moves, man. I'm telling you, I'm on some stuff where if it ain't kingdom, I'm not wasting time with it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about the book, you know, I'm not career focused. I'm Torah focused. You understand? Hey, put them down. Y'all go back over there. All right. So yeah, it's. I'm telling you, man. We gotta. Like I hope like what I'm saying here, everybody, because I understand I gotta explain it more. I like the way I am. I be knowing stuff, and I'm thinking everybody else know it. But it took me time to understand and see this thing. So I'm gonna be patient too, and getting other people to understand and hear this thing. But like I said, it has to. Israel gotta be priority. You see what I'm saying? We gotta serve. If we were about Israel, if we were about our nation, like we about our careers, this thing would be way ahead. We'd be doing amazing things. Like people don't walk into work late. People do what their supervisor tell them. You see what I'm saying? And these people do not have your best interest. They're exploiting you for your labor. They're taking it. They're taking your manual labor and paying you almost nothing for it. Whereas if you put that same amount of work in to Israel, it would greatly. You see the benefits to you, your kids, your wife, everything. It'll eliminate the stress you're under, all that. I mean, I could go in and break all that down. One of the things we're getting ready to do, I'm getting ready to set up, I'm going to put it out there for the saints, is there's a house we're going to rehab. And that money off the rehab of that house, and this just came up 2 days ago, or the day before, yesterday actually. But everything that goes into that house and the profit that's made off that is going to be directly to land. And even if you're not on the land, you're going to have food off the land. You're still going to reap the benefits of the land. You see what I'm saying? It's win-win. This ain't a game. Like, it's not like you go, you wear yourself out, they pay you money, and you got to take that money and pay bills, buy their unhealthy, poisonous food, eat their poisonous food. Their poisonous food makes you sick. You got to go to their sorcerers known as doctors. They put you on some weird medication that gets you demonically possessed. Now you're crazy. Now you see what I'm saying? It's a vicious cycle of destruction. But just a little labor in the Israel, 4 or 5 hours of labor in the Israel is going to be a righteous cycle of upward mobility for the nation. This thing is not complicated. You just got to overcome the sorcery of the programming of being career-minded, mammonism. It says you cannot serve mammon and man. I'm sorry. You can't serve God and mammon. I didn't paraphrase. I didn't do it right, but you know what I'm talking about. You can't serve money and man. I mean, you can't serve God and money. You got to serve one or the other. I've shown that before. This is a mammon worship system. They exploit you for your labor. You got people working 40 hours a week. They get a check. Most of that check goes to what? Paying for a place to live and for food. If you're not very, very careful about what you're eating, like for instance, me right now, I'm drinking oat straw and nettles. Okay? If you're not very meticulous about what you eat, you're going to become overweight. You're going to become unhealthy. You're going to be less productive. And it's just like a vicious cycle of destruction for your labor. They're exploiting you. You're really not making that much. Once you factor in all the bills taken out. Whereas if you begin little by little laboring for Israel, there's going to be payoffs immediately and benefits for everybody. You're out there doing manual labor, planting gardens, rehabbing buildings and stuff like that. The physical benefit is there. You know what I'm saying? The monetary benefit. I go on and on. It's real basic. And like Brother Timothy said, you got to get off the hamster wheel. And the first place you got to get off the hamster wheel is in your mind. Coming out of them careers, y'all. Careers. All right? My family doctor wants to take me off all of the medications I'm on. That's a good doctor. That's a good doctor. Hey, y'all would be blown away by just how physical activity will fix a lot of stuff. It'd blow you away. And then you factor the activity, I'm going to say, is going to be 60 to 70% of your health. And the other 30% of your health is going to be diet. Not eating sugars. Okay? Thank you, Brother Tony. Appreciate that contribution to my super chat. Every bit counts. I appreciate that, Tony T. But like for instance, Coy will tell you. Let's see if I'll bring it over here so y'all can see it real quick. I always show y'all. Even though we're selling this house, we said because there's a little bit of uncertainty whether this house is going to sell, we still going to plant us a garden. And, so Koya got out there, me and Koya, I showed her how to do the gardening. She did the whole thing by herself and loved it. Just took a loving to it. You know what I'm saying? And ask her. She enjoyed being out there in the sun, putting her hands in the dirt. The dirt's good for your skin. And just be, what does it say? Forsake not the traditional way, or the old, go back to the ancient ways. You know? We can't wait to do that on a big scale. Man, let me give a shout out to Elder Mitchell, man. I went to Kentucky Straitway, their YouTube channel. Man, go check out those videos. They're very inspirational. Elder Mitchell documented a lot of how he got on the land and what they out there doing. It's work, but it's good work. They labor out there, but the labor isn't in vain. The labor benefits their body. They're laboring for their own food. So now they're laboring, they're eating healthy food. You see what I'm saying? It's a benefit to their kids. Man, I could go on and on. But it starts here. It starts with coming out and fellowshipping with the brothers and sisters. Getting to know people. Getting your mind right. It's win-win, y'all. We keeping it 100, man. That's why you forsake not the assembling. Don't forsake the assembling. Yeah, Koi, and so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Koi on one of these shows. Koi is growing spiritually. She's growing. I don't know what the word is because you know my vocabulary is garbage, but she's growing when it comes to her craftiness as far as she's become an herbalist. She's expanding her crafting skills. She's making sure she knows how to make a shirt from scratch. She's sew, cut the fabric, do all that stuff, you know, and all cooks. She knows how to cook the healthy food. Instead of having rice and pasta and breads, she knows how to make rice and pastas with cauliflower. So she knows how to cook. So she's growing. She knows how to make tinctures. She's growing in this stuff that Pastor Dow had taught. Hey, do you know how to do this? She has, the Most High has put a desire in her for the ancient ways. Okay? So all praises. And that's what it's about. While you watch our women, while you watch all these other women, they continue poisoning their hair and abusing their hair, their crown of glory that the Most High gives them with all these chemicals. They're putting on chemicals on their face. They're eating, they're poisoning themselves with this food. They're poisoning themselves with the media. They're just destroying themselves in an asymmetric way. What did I say asymmetric means? From all different directions, man. The society, man. Okay? Alright. Let's see. But alright. So let's see. Alright. But anyway, yeah, man, that's what it's about. It's about that action. That's what I wanted to get on here and discuss and just kind of, you know, give to y'all, man. But anyway, with that said, I am going to, somebody said, Sister June said, I stopped getting perms and drying my hair. It is witchcraft. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. It is, man. It's crazy out here. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna open it up. If y'all have any other questions, comments, concerns, like I said, we're gonna continue to move forward. We're gonna we're going to put this thing together. And if you're interested in fellowshipping with Straitway, Florida, if you're in the region, because again, we got people coming from Orlando and all over the place. That's going to be this Shabbat. Just email me. I put all my contact information in the details, in the details tab on there. I'm sorry, in the description. In the description on there. Let me make sure I did. So yeah. If you are interested in fellowshipping with a Straitway in your area, wherever you're at, because they're everywhere. They're all over the place. So if you're interested in fellowshipping with a Straitway in your area, just call that number that I have there. It says Straitway near you. It's gonna tie you into the dining hall, give them your information, and get engaged, man. Make this thing happen. Okay? So yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's going down. That's how we doing it. Like I said, my email's there, the contact information. It's good, man. But you got to become a frontline soldier, y'all. And you're really not going to know where you need to be working on yourself at and where you need to be growing at unless you get your mind right, unless you get around brothers and sisters. You got to get around other brothers and sisters and begin to work that social muscle. And that's going to show you areas you need to grow in. A lot of people neglect that. Somebody put, Brother Michael, my wife found an article on soybeans and its oil. I will hit you on a polo. Okay. That's what's up, man. Go ahead and do that, Brother Tim. Appreciate that. You know, and you know me, man. I like communicating. Okay. So, anyway, y'all, with that said, I'm Michael Israel, Spiritual Combat, Straitway, Florida. Shalom, shalom.